Hey, what's up, everyone?
I was telling them all to be quiet and let's let you finish your business.
Finish my business.
You
Dude,
bidding ass.
today hit me hard,
What
man.
do you mean?
Because today was the first day of school. So I had to actually get up early to take
Uh-huh.
my son to school, which isn't so bad. But
You mean
usually,
so you don't wake him up same time during the summer?
no.
Okay,
No.
we do.
He's young. Who cares? He's fine.
We do.
So,
Like if you ask our kids, they'll be like, "We can stay, we can sleep in. Other kids sleep in." Like,
you're like,
no,
not y'all.
you don't.
Right.
They do.
So, which isn't so it's usually not a bad deal for me
I
to.
did. I stayed in late.
So I was, but I didn't go to bed till like 3. So I woke up at 7:30, and I had to get my kid to school. And I usually will just go back right and take another nap, right, and go back to bed when I get home. But no, my employees had an out of town install today,
Ah,
so I actually had to get ready and go to the office because I had to cover the office. And so I actually was there. You guys wouldn't believe me if I told you, but I was there like at 9 something.
yeah, you're right. We wouldn't believe you.
I have the emails to back it up that I was typing.
I'm sure you got something back up.
I got some video and all that stuff right now. Man, what is going on with my Facebook page over here? What's up with you, man?
I took a nap too. I was like, I got off of work and came home, and I was like, oh my god. I had to do a sound check with our guest on Wednesday, who I'm really excited about having on. You
Hmm.
guys, she's going to be on here, and she is going to be amazing. Hello, Sandy.
Oh,
Welcome
hello.
to the Social Distancing Show.
She had to make the bed.
I No, you know what? My kids were here. We had dinner, and so I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I have to go get on." And so, and they were saying bye and everything, and then my computer was super slow. So, anyway, I'm here. I'm here. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. That's all that
Oh,
matters. Sorry, Debbie. You were saying.
So sorry.
that's okay.
Oh, look at Sean
I
reminded me I
forgot what
started
I
at
was
9.
saying.
It's like
The boss
BT
is on
Dubs.
you.
BT
Mhm.
Dubs. This is what time our show goes on.
He's like, I've got an hour that I set off to the side for you guys, and
I
you need to stick
know,
with it.
and I can't
Okay?
even hop in on time. I'm so sorry, Sean.
Jeez. You
Uno
tell it, Sean.
momento.
What y'all
Um,
doing?
We were just talking.
We
Joe
were
was saying
talking
how
about.
yeah. Anyway, I don't want to repeat everything, but I will tell you that today, my niece started her first day of college, and
Oh
that was
wow,
really
they started
cool.
early.
No.
And then, so my kids will start here in a few days. They'll start the first day of school for them, but oh man,
How was her first
it's cool.
day?
She was really excited about it. It was really fun. It was great hearing her being all ecstatic and jubilant about everything. So she was like, I got 3 classes, I got 2 more every day this next week, and yada yada and everything else. And so, but we had I had to take her to school this morning, so I had to go to work. Not late. I started work and then drove her.
Did you
Right.
get like her first day picture?
I did actually, but I
Oh,
forgot to bring them
good.
up. But what I did want to show you real quick is this. So got she got a new vehicle today.
Ooh.
She
Let's
got a
see.
new vehicle.
Oh.
Oh, that's nice. Is it electric?
It's electric.
You have it plugged in.
It's electric.
Like you
Only
guys
certain
bought
people
that
will
for
get
her,
that.
or she bought it.
So it's a 2015 Leaf.
What's that?
What's a toonie?
Sorry.
We weren't gonna let that
No. Make
slip on.
sure we-
A 2015.
Okay.
I can't remember who makes it, but Leaf is what it's called.
Is it a Honda? Is Honda who makes a leaf?
I don't know.
It's a tree. A tree makes a leaf.
A tree
Yes.
makes a leaf.
I
Good
think
catch
so.
on that one.
Or some
I'm-
other plant material.
I'm looking to
Mainly a
see
tree,
what
though.
what Dr. Pineapples told me, what kind it was.
It's a toonie.
It's a
A,
teeny-
a Nissan.
Oh,
a
a
Nissan.
That was close.
That was cuz you were in the Asian realm.
Yeah, I was. I have a sticker in my finger. I just felt it.
That's not a good picture.
Yeah. See,
It has windows.
so car pictures are all about getting low. You got to get low,
Well,
get
and she
low.
got them this evening. Like I was like, "Did you get pictures of them?"
And tell her next time to keep her finger out in front of
Off
the
this,
camera.
yeah, right. Yeah.
Right.
You need to let her know that I'm going to really judge her harshly on those.
Please
Right.
do. I will make sure she knows that. There it is.
So
It's a
is she
nice little
loving
vehicle.
it? It is. It's so cute.
She's really
It's cute for
excited
her.
about it. She's really, really happy about it. It was so funny because she called Mama Vegeta and was like, "I got a
She's
car,
like
Mama
Vegeta.
Vegeta." And but it was funny because Mama Vegeta was like, "Well, you're gonna have to be careful because of gas, and you need to make sure because you got to keep it full." But then she was like, "Wait, Mama Vegeta doesn't have gas. It's electric." And Mama Vegeta was like, "Huh? What do you
She's
mean?"
like, I'm gonna be doing the electric slide all over the place, Mama.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what that was fun for her today. That's what happened.
Well,
Guys, yeah.
congratulations. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So is she gonna work while she's going to school?
Well, if they have one of those work study program type things, which I think she said they do. So I think the bookstore is looking for someone. So I told her to go ahead and apply for that as soon as possible.
Monster
Yes, get a
Child is
discount on your books.
Monster Child's looking for a work study program as well. So
Nice.
yeah.
Be like,
Those
yes,
things
because
open.
New York is expensive.
Yeah. So I'm debating on whether or not I'll be doing the show in New York because we're going to be there.
Y'all
Dropping
leave
her
this
off.
week?
No, next end of the month.
Oh,
It'll be
okay.
actually we leave August 31st and we get back on the 3rd.
She
Are you
can
gonna
be
be
our
gone?
guest and
August
tell
31st is the 2nd, and then September 1st is a Wednesday. So that's
Wait.
August 31st.
You're gonna be
is
gone for the whole
second?
month?
August 31st to September 3rd
No, but you just said August 31st is the second.
to the no
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
2nd. Don't listen to me. I'm still
Look,
tired.
look, tune in. First is the second.
Oh, so I was telling him that I've been up since 7:30 and I actually went to work like at 9 and I
Unbelievable.
took a nap, so I'm a little groggy from it. I
Oh,
think it was
A
a short nap,
wee bit groggy.
but I woke up to the hey, you need to get onto the show alarm.
Oh,
oh, one of those.
Yeah, one of those alarms. Oh,
Yes.
That's Killer Instinct there.
yeah, it was.
That's what I was gonna say. Instinct killers.
Did y'all see that? I just got
We
punched
did
out of
that
nowhere.
invisible
Did you
hand
just
comes
get
out of
slapped?
nowhere.
You just got knocked the.
Just got punched out of nowhere. Sandy, how was your weekend or day?
Oh, okay. So listen, Sandy has been big. So we all went to Vernon, y'all know that. We
Yes.
went to Vernon, Texas, and that's the annual car show. So we had this awesome teacher. His name was Mr. Moore, God rest his soul, and he introduced the little town of Morton to Vernon, Texas. And so my brothers, more than I have kept the tradition alive of going down there. And basically, it's seriously a blast from the past, like all these old, nice cars, cruise, just a nostalgic look. I can't even talk. I have no reason to say that.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Mhm.
lots of nostalgia. And so we go down there every year. Anyway, so we were down there. I mean, we had a blast. We laughed. We did a TikTok. If y'all are on TikTok, y'all might have seen it. If not, maybe
Did I
I'll
see it?
share it with y'all.
Did I see it? I can't remember if I saw it or not.
I don't know if y'all saw it.
I
It
didn't.
is hilarious. Hilarious.
Was it the one where you were dancing?
Yes.
Oh.
I can't
I was
find
like, is that Sandy dancing?
So
'Cause
there's this
the lighting was a little dark.
yes, and thank God. But so there's this lady who's gone viral for like dancing in front of like a Ross, in front of a Walmart. So we wanted to do that. My nieces are like, let's do a TikTok, yeah. And I'm like, this is the one that I want to do. And they're like, no, we don't want to do that one. So anyway, we did that, and we got home Sunday, and I've shared some pictures with you guys of a new adventure that I'm on. I don't know if you want to pull up the
Where did you put them?
they're in the messenger.
Are they? Well, let's see here.
Yeah, they're all sent.
Okay. Ooh.
So
Starting
The
with okay, I get
starting
you.
with the little black card first, and then we'll
Oh,
go back.
hold on, that's not what we're at. That's the wrong one.
All
This
right,
darn
scroll,
live
keep
TV.
scroll. Yeah, the next one after that one. So, Eric and I are on a new adventure. We have started fostering.
Oh, maybe I was on the right one.
Yeah,
This one?
yeah, that's it right
You
there.
see it? Okay.
Perfect. Yes.
This.
For Duty First. So, Duty First is a new organization to Lubbock. And so, what they want to do is bring in um, dogs to veterans who suffer from PTSD. So,
That's
we
awesome.
picked up our first foster. And if you want to pick over to the second page,
This
oh
one?
my gosh, yes, this is Rennie. Rennie
Rennie.
is a 7-month-old golden doodle. Rennie,
Oh.
come, Rennie, come.
Hold that for
You
me,
see
okay?
her?
Start y'all's trip up
She
here.
is the super sweetest, and she looks just like Cash.
I was about to say she's like Cash, right?
Yes, she's just like Cash,
She's blonde, just like Cash.
and she has the most beautiful
Oh,
eyelashes
she's so
you've ever
cute.
seen. Yes, she is precious.
Come back.
So yeah, she's distracted. She's a
Oh,
7-month-old little puppy. But anyway, so Duty First, they didn't expect to grow as much as they have. So basically, these dogs have been donated to them, and we're going to be their first foster. So what they do is they do intense training for 2 years, and if they pass all the rigorous testing, then they complete the application, or go over the applications, and they are placed with their candidate.
That is awesome.
So we're so excited to have her. Her and Cash have been playing nonstop.
So has it been a
good.
cash hole?
He hasn't. He tried to at first. He really did try. Like this bark came from nowhere, and he really did try to be a cash hole. But I think he quickly realized she's a little puppy and she just wants to play, and so he just is. They have been wrestling pretty much all day long, nonstop, and she like runs so hard that she doesn't realize she slides. She's slidden into the table, into the couch. I mean, she is so
You need
rough.
to get the camera low and then call her over and just watch it slide right by.
Yeah. Oh
You need
my
to play
gosh.
the risky business song.
Oh yeah, do it from the hallway. That'd be perfect, right?
It's like we're gonna have your TikTok blow up. They're saying
Oh my gosh. I need, you know what?
TikTok
I do
loves
need
Dogs
to
are a
dogs.
way to
document.
do that. Yeah, yeah.
I do need to document her doing that. But anyway, she's super sweet, and she will graduate from her intermediate class on Wednesday. So we're going to be there for her graduation. And so, like I said, we're super excited. And that little thing, if you, I can share that to anybody. But yeah, so they do, this is donation based, nonprofit organization that is doing this for veterans and first responders with PTSD. But y'all, it's so amazing what they teach these dogs to do. So, like, one of the biggest things that I took from it. So, like, if a veteran is in a situation where they're like, it's a crowd, like it's a big crowd, and they can start like sensing people like coming too close. So the dog will nudge, like he'll create a barrier between people.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
seen them on the
wow.
YouTube
Yeah.
videos. I actually
That's
watched
cool.
some of those videos because mental health and stuff up here. I'm always
Mhm.
curious about just different whatever, and I've seen those where the dogs, they're so gentle, man. Yeah,
Mhm.
they'll like kind of just get, like, if they're in wheelchairs or if they're just standing and they're frozen, the dog will just kind of curl around them and then just kind
Mhm.
of slowly back people up or keep going in circles around the person.
Wow, that's
And so,
cool.
like, if they have, like, if they're asleep and have like night terrors, the dog is trained to respond to wake them up, and just to kind of lay on their chest and let them know that it's okay. I mean,
Wow.
these dogs are so amazing.
Oh, can you get someone from that group to come on and talk about it more? Because
Oh, well, John is who I've been talking to. John, who, like, so we met him on Sunday. We talked to him for about 2 hours, and he's like, well, do y'all want to take her home today? And we're like, oh my God, sure. And then, like, we're scared we're going to break her. I'm like, he's
Sandy, if
probably
y'all didn't
forgiven
know,
all of
is the
her.
epitome of, like, I don't know, what do you call that, Joe? Like when it's the first thing, like no thought on about it until, like, yes,
Well, that's exactly what I told him.
impulse.
Yes.
She is the She is the epitome of impulse.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm like, John, okay, so here I said I head first, man. I'll figure it out. I am head first, we'll figure it out. And Eric is my, let's
Eric's
talk
like,
about it, let's think about it.
slow
Halt.
down, Sandy.
And I'm like, Eric, I already jumped. I already told John yes. So I am so excited about this, you guys. And so Rennie, I'll tell you her little history. She's the first service dog for Duty First, and she is named after Staff Sergeant Matt Renfro. Matt honorably served for 10 years as a United States Marine, including deployments in Iraq and Afghanistan with the Marine 2nd Explosive Ordnance Disposal Company. After a courageous battle with PTSD, Matt is a reminder of what the men and women who serve our country sacrifice for our freedoms.
Yeah,
For real,
that is
though.
a tough job. That's
Yeah.
a tough job.
Speaking of which, Ulysses is in the comments, and
Hey,
definitely
Ulysses.
you guys, yeah, much respect for you guys and much patience.
And he said, not until they bite you on your ankles like the service dog in my job.
The little ankle biters.
Yes. Hey, Joanne, thank you for joining us. But anyway, so yes, I've been super excited about that. I haven't made it public yet. Just we were trying to make sure that everything was going to work out. And Joe, I don't know if you want to pan over to that last picture of her and Cash, but they have definitely worked out. So we will be making it official. So this is after a heavy session of wrestling. They were both very exhausted.
They're like, okay, we're done. We're done.
Pretty much. And then they probably about 5 minutes, and then they
Back at it.
Yeah.
That is so cool. That is
Probably
so cool.
not the dog for me, but such a cutie for sure.
What, you don't think a golden doodle's for you?
I
Golden
think
doodles
so,
are for
but I don't know that
everybody.
I'm looking for an energetic pup kind of thing.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
one where the tail falls asleep is in the fireplace. He's like,
What
oh,
is it?
let me
Basset
move.
hound.
Probably more on that line,
A basset
unfortunately.
You need
hound.
a basset hound. Yeah.
So those, when you say that, my dad, he grew up with basset. We had basset hounds all the time, and our first basset hound with him was named Fred.
They're always named Fred.
They're all
Yeah.
right.
Fred.
I was like,
Let me
pretty
guess.
original there, Dad. Pretty original.
Exactly. Fred Bassett. Yeah, it's really
He's like,
hard.
no, it's Freddie.
It's short for Frederick.
Right? Ulysses
Yeah.
said, those are
Yeah.
facts, Sandy.
Frederick Basito. That's his full name. We just call him Fred. So.
Right? Right. Fred for short.
So you need to reach out to him, see if he'll be on the show.
Oh,
That'd be-
he totally will. I guarantee it. He is a
John
talker.
who? Do we
And
know a
he's
John?
also ADHD.
He's just going.
I couldn't say it. It's one of those words.
Okay.
Look, he says he needs 10 dogs.
Oh, I was watching a video earlier of a guy who fosters dogs and helps those that are like really timid and shy that really need a lot of help. And good Lord, the man had like probably about under 20 dogs in his house at some country place, but it was like,
So here's the deal. There's people that start out with 1, and then they want to help 2, and then they want to help 3, and then you end up in a hoarding situation. Just had a hoarding situation in Lubbock.
I know. Like how many? It was like 20 or 30.
It was more than 1, and don't do it. And his house was bad. It was like what you see on TV.
really?
Like I get, like people, I know that you want to help, but at the same time, you're just doing the dogs a disservice. So don't do it. And then I sent you also this weekend. We made a purchase.
That's all. I was like, which one am I doing here? Let me see if I can find it again. Where'd it go? There it is. All right.
We made a purchase, then Eric put it together. We are a Blackstone family again. So
Blackstone. I don't understand why you do not sponsor us.
I don't get it. This
For real,
is
though.
the second one we've purchased, Blackstone. This is the second one we've purchased. So this was like your model. Very much improved from the first one that we had, Jamie.
Looks good.
Oh, this is like my model?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, it's really nice. It's really nice.
Yeah, so much improved. Like, so the other one had like to where the heat would come out like towards your stomach. And so Eric was like constantly like it was too hot. And so this one has a better design on it. And then so the next picture, if you want to scroll over, this is what we made. Can you tell?
Fried rice.
We have fried rice.
Fried rice.
We have fried rice. And Johnny Cash is like waiting for us to drop it. No, just kidding. He did really good. He's like, I'm not a rice person.
He's like, no, that's okay. That's okay.
Mhm.
Very cool. See, I cook with my lid on there though, like on the as
So
kind of as a
our
backsplash.
handle is broken.
Oh,
So
already?
Come on,
well,
Black.
what happened is like yeah, brand new and it's washed out, whatever
Oh,
the
it's stripped out.
screwdriver's washed, yeah, stripped out. So
Okay.
we're gonna have to get a new something or other.
Oh,
So,
nice, nice.
but yeah, that was the lid was over on the table.
So it's funny because you say that how many that you bought. I cooked breakfast for the in-laws. They might as well be the in-laws of James's parents. They were in town from Florida,
Oh, okay.
and I made breakfast for them. And his dad was like, "I'm getting one of those."
See, look at us selling Blackstones.
And then I was like, you know what? Because they don't have any kids at home. I was like, they do make a 2 burner one that's
They
smaller.
do.
And he's like, okay, yeah, that's what I'm getting. He was just like,
Because we had the 2 burner in Morton, but we didn't buy that from Blackstone. We ended up buying that used on a garage sale page for
mhm.
$100,
Oh
and it
yeah,
came with all of the little stuff. But then we sold it because we're like, there's for as much as we like to have breakfast, we like to put all of it and be done at the same time. So
oh
that's why
yeah,
we didn't get that's why we're like, we need the bigger one.
right. Dude, it's amazing how fast it cooks. Like you can
Hmm.
put all that stuff on there and pretty much be done. So that's what he liked about it too. Um, but yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah.
I will tell you a
Huge
little
fan.
secret though. So I'll
What?
tell you a little secret. If you ever make sure that you turn the gas on your propane first and
Hmm.
don't turn your dials on first. So, and then light it. So make sure your gas is on.
Gas
Make sure
first.
gas first because if you don't, let's say you turn your burners on and then try to light it, the regulator thinks that there's a gas leak, so it'll only spit out so much gas.
Oh,
And so
really?
your heat won't go up all the way. And you're like, "What's going on here? Why am I not getting hot?" So
Um.
always turn your burners off, turn your gas on, and then light it. And that way, that it'll work the way it's supposed to.
Ah, there you go.
Uh,
Blackstone
I didn't
users.
know that actually. I
because
wonder
it
if
happened
that's
to
been some of my
somebody.
problems.
Right.
Somebody had to research this.
Right. It happened to a Blackstone owner
Yeah,
that will remain nameless.
right. Yeah. So, learn from experience. And
Well, thank you
YouTube
for
is a
sharing that.
fantastic place to learn from. But you got it from me today. So, those
Right.
life skills that
Sean
I
said,
get
no, thank you, Sandy.
it. So, is that all? Is that
And
everything?
oh, and I ran 2 miles today. Y'all know I haven't run since I came back from Alaska. I wasn't gonna say
It
it
was a
again.
long trip.
Alaska. So, there was Alaska, and then there's Nashville.
Then
And then,
there's
so,
Nashville, and then there was Vernon.
so it's been a little bit, huh? Cindy?
So it's been a little bit, but I haven't run. So I ran 2 miles a day, and man, my body's like, WTF, bruh? What were you thinking?
What are you doing to me?
Yeah, and then it was, like 91 degrees on top of that. So
But it was very cool.
it got
The
cloudy.
clouds were cool,
There was some
right?
cloud cover. Yes,
Hmm.
thankfully for that. But yes. But that's it. That was my day and my weekend.
Awesome. So, do you want
Whose
to go next, Jamie?
weekend?
Or do you want me to go?
No, no, thank you.
I guess. So last week I was supposed to be in the ATL
That's
to do a
right.
conference. Well, they decide, hey,
Ulysses. Mind your business, Ulysses. No, it was almost 25 minutes because I'm out of it. I'm so out of
Wow.
shape. It's
So
bad.
I was supposed to be in Atlanta. I was supposed to fly back on Friday, and then I took Saturday off because I didn't, because of the trip or whatever. Well, they made it a virtual event, which was fine because I slept through most of it.
Right.
And then,
Because they played Galaga.
so Thursday, so the event was Thursday and Friday, so I was supposed to fly it on Wednesday. Thursday, they make it virtual, and I'm like, hey, okay, so I have to be up at 8:30. 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, dumbass. So I was an hour late
Wait.
to it.
Easter. Oh, you're like me. I have to call somebody to tell
Their
me.
was like-
8:30s are 7:30.
I was like, oh my gosh, I'm an hour late. So
Oh, look at him. Oh, hell no. He ain't laughing at me. He said, well, that's why you got bit, Ulysses. That's why you got
right, exactly.
bit.
And then on Saturday, it was fun. I just relaxed on Saturday. But on Sunday, I made up for it because I was super busy with
Did you mow your
photography
lawn?
stuff. I don't mow my lawn. No.
You have a lawn person?
I'm a yard person. Uh huh.
Are they reliable?
Yes. Yep. He's really reliable. He's super reliable because he's my friend's son. So if he's ever late, I just
Oh.
like, hey, where's your kid at? And he's like, I'll get him. Hold up.
Oh, that's good.
$50 front and back
Oh,
for
he's
my.
expensive. No, I'm kidding.
I was like, it doesn't matter. I just want somebody reliable and then does a good job. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm looking for. It's like the guy that detailed my car.
Okay, so that was great, and I need to call him. Do you have his
Yeah.
number?
I do. I'll have to.
I know
give
you
it to
posted that stuff on Facebook, but I'd have to scroll for days. Anybody got time?
Right. Exactly. And then today I got up early, and then took a nap. So the boy was not happy, but he wasn't angry this morning when he woke up. And the line to drop him off was like crazy long. So
I hate drop off line.
yeah, so I was like, you know what, we're gonna do this. So we went over this way. I said, get out, boy, and then kicked him out, and then drove back in. So it's probably the fastest I've ever dropped him off because I was just
You're
like,
like tuck and roll.
tuck and roll, Grandma. You know where to go. You're
You're
the
not
top
like
of
the parents that inch up. They have to be like right to the door. They have to match their door up to the door. And I'm like, oh, I hate
So that's
drop-off.
usually what we have to do. But
Oh,
today I didn't let him do that.
no. I'm like, back here. We're dropping you off back here. You can walk. I can get out faster. I can pass people. But that's why I have to drop Kate off early. I can't handle the
Right.
traffic.
Oh, and since my guys were doing an out-of-town install today, I was in charge of doing support calls. And I haven't done support calls in a while. So I was like, dang it. So I had to go to a site, and their cash drawer was broken. And so I was like, okay, let me see what I could do. So I go in there and I wiggle it, and I make my thing in there and kind of play with some stuff. Close the cash drawer. Look, it closes, but then it wouldn't open. I was like,
Oh my gosh. Did you tell them, have you tried powering it on and off, sir?
No, see, I was there. I was actually there on site trying to help, and I was like, oh. And then I was like, this
you
is
put it in a
why I
bag of
don't do
rice?
service calls anymore. 'Cause I just made it worse. I eventually was able to get it open, and then I rigged it because they were broken into, and their cash drawers were all jacked up because somebody was trying to pry them open and stuff. He just needed it to close, and so I actually was able to get it to close the second time where he could actually open it with a key, because the first time he couldn't open it because, even with the key. So I had to like shake it and finally get it out. It was fun, but yeah.
That's probably what they love. They're like, just come rig it for us, sir.
Right, exactly.
And while
So
you're
what
here,
happens in that instance when you do that?
I'm
Like,
sorry.
are they going to have to reorder a new one?
Yeah, so I thought we had did an RMA for those cash drawers, but it's crazy. There's a national shortage of cash drawers. It's
There's
crazy.
a shortage of everything.
So he only they had 4 of them broke into. He got 1. So I was like, trying
Oh
to.
no.
And so we're trying to get those replaced. And then while I'm there, his printer stops working. And so this is how not in tune with things I am anymore. So he brings me the bad printer. We hook it up to the good terminal, and I try to print something, and it's not working. So I was like, okay, well, I have a spare printer I just happen to have a spare printer in my car.
It's
So I
in
go
my
get that.
purse.
Yeah. So I go get it, and I hook that up, and it won't print. And I was like, oh, there's no paper. Then I was like, oh, I didn't put paper in the other one. So I was like, it was just, so I had to hook the old one back up, put paper in it, make sure that it wasn't just.
They
because
were
it
like,
was
can we
out
see
paper."
your credentials?
Right, exactly.
IT guru.
They're
they're
like,
like, "Are you really our
it's
support
like,
guy?"
when are the other guys coming back?
Right. They're
So-
like, just because you Asian don't mean
Right,
nothing.
exactly. I was like, God dang it. So then I got it. That one was not working. So the one that I had in my car did work. I hooked it up and made them happy. And so, the point is I made them happy. Okay. I may look like a rookie doing it, but I made them happy. So that's my job. That's
Yeah,
what
they were happy that you were gone.
we got to get this guy out of here.
You're like, just say we're happy.
They're
Just
like, let's
smile.
just sign the invoice.
Just
go.
tell him to go.
Look at Bree. I loved your caption, Bree. She said the student is now the teacher.
Oh
Congratulations on your
wow,
first day. How was it? She said, I didn't get to see Jet at school. So
Bree,
you're at the Vista? Why do I think you were at the high school?
and she teaches art too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Jet was trying to get
Oh
into.
wow.
So Jet was in band, and he didn't need to be in band.
Yeah,
so so I told him to do it. So I said, let's redo his schedule, and I put we want to do art. Well, he got theater, and he wasn't happy about that. So
You're
Bree,
like,
Bree, do something.
so Bree, if whatever pool that you have, being a first year teacher, make it
She
happen.
got a lot of pull, right,
Yeah.
Bree? Look, Sean said he bad. She said, yes, I'm at TVMS. Awesome.
Nice. I think she teaches seventh grade art though. Seventh or sixth and seventh grade art. I don't know.
So it was a great
She-
first day. That's so good.
Wow, that is
Congrats.
man. I
And the
can.
fact
I
that
didn't realize
Bree's
she
a
was a teacher.
teacher.
I
Oh
know,
gosh.
right? I can remember being over at JD's house, and she was just cracking up at anything that I would say. I could say
She
the word.
has the best laugh
I would
though,
say
for real.
frog, and she would just start rolling and laughing at anything I would say. And now she's a teacher.
She said, ha ha, I'll try. Look at her. She's already calling people. I can
Okay.
just feel it.
Yeah.
She hopped off the show to call the principal.
Yeah, send the email. He's like, let me talk to the counselor. We need to make this kid, put him in my class.
So what is he gonna do in
That's so cool.
theater?
I don't know. He was not happy about it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. She does sixth and seventh art right there. So I was like, you don't have to be an actor. You can just be like a stagehand or something like that. And
Do the lights.
yeah. So I don't know
Sound.
what he's going to
That's
do.
always
He's
fun.
just going to have to
Doing
deal with it. So I was like, just deal with it. It's eighth grade. You're tough luck.
Last year. His last year, right?
Just deal
Watch
with it.
him fall in love with theater.
Right. Exactly. It's like you
He'll
can probably.
be like the greatest thespian in that house ever.
Yes.
What'd you say?
Call it a thespian.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So Miss Pineapples, anything?
So your
No,
girls start
nothing.
Wednesday?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Are they excited? They have all their little clothes ready, their backpacks.
No. I gotta
'Cause
get all
I
that
did it.
stuff.
I was looking Sunday and that we could
Yeah, I
not
spent like
find
almost
Kate a
$100
backpack.
on backpacks today. 2 backpacks.
$100.
Yeah. Because I missed out and all the cheaper backpacks were
So
gone.
this is
all
how
that
we
was
are.
left was,
You're gonna use the same one that you used from last year because
and that's what I thought was going to happen until I got to go take them shopping for clothes tomorrow. I've got to get off work early actually and take them. So
And you're like, do your clothes work, right?
Right. Who
and I
cares if
tried
they're
to
high
take them.
waters?
I tried to take them this weekend, but the oh my gosh,
Oh, it was bad this weekend.
yeah,
'Cause we
it was
went
really
Everybody
bad.
and their dogs.
Where did we go?
That's what I
Uh,
felt, Sean. This is exactly what I was feeling. I was like,
We went to some place this weekend. I was like, this place is packed. Jet and I like, we'll wait in the car. And she's
I'd
like,
never seen
no, you need to
Wally
say whether or not you like these
Ugh.
clothes or not.
yeah.
And he doesn't. The best thing. This is the best thing about having a boy. He doesn't care.
Yes. Kate was like, Mom, don't worry about it. I was stressing about a backpack. He's like, I'll just use my last year's backpack, Mom.
They don't-
And I'm like, but it's raggedy. And he's like, it's not. And I was like, I swear I saw holes and dirt. And I looked at it, I was like, oh, it's actually decent. We just got him a new lunchbox. That's it.
Uh-huh.
He's like, I'm good with the lunchbox. My mom had given him like school supplies, and my sister-in-law gave him school supplies. I didn't really buy just clothes.
Right?
That's
Yeah.
about it.
I just barely got him shoes probably like 3 or 4 months ago. So he's like, I'm fine with these shoes, and he's just like, hey.
Aren't they the best? Because the girls were not like that. Like
No,
we are not seeing it.
no,
That's
the
just
girls like,
fashion.
we have to go shopping. We have to. It's required. That's part of going back to school.
Yeah, it's like a grade.
So, Miss Pineapple, how's your grade on shopping for them? Is not very good then right now, is it?
No, it's not, but that's okay. No
And I can see
worries.
the attitude too. It's like, just pick something. No,
Yeah.
put that back and find something else.
Dress code. Dress code.
And then you're like, let me see the price tag. Nope, find something else.
Can I use the
Absolutely.
coupon for that?
That's what I gotta go tomorrow. And just
So
gotta buy a bunch of clothes.
so let's talk about shopping for your girls, because I've been through this too. So do you let them just pick whatever, or
I don't do shopping with them. I don't do
You-
clothes shopping with them.
you don't do, but you just take it. You're just dropping them off.
I'm doing it tomorrow. It's the first time I've done it in I can't tell you how many years.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So that's usually a mom
And they're
thing.
teenagers and
yeah.
preteens.
Oh, that's good
Yeah, I
luck
don't,
to
my
you.
my preteen. I don't think that she really cares too much. My teen,
Yeah,
she
I thought
does.
that
She
too.
just wants all black and long sleeved everything,
Just-
como un vampiro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kate's like nothing too colorful,
yeah,
just
it's like I just want plain shirts.
plain. Like he went all out. We got a shirt that says Hollister. I'm like, whoa, take it down a notch.
Exactly.
I don't
Nope.
get it. What is Hollister?
It's a brand.
It's a brand, but the
Oh,
only
okay.
reason we shop there is because they're the only ones that actually have a 28 in waist. Everybody else, you have to go order online, but you can't order online because you want to make sure you have to try them on. Otherwise, he could care less if we went to Walmart or Target. We
Yeah.
just have to go there because they're the only ones that carry that size.
Yeah. Oh.
He's a 29. He's a 29-32.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
He's
he's
big
my
or skinny and tall.
skinny and tall. Yeah, he's my slim and tall. Yeah,
There you go.
it's such a hard. And then he was still hoping, like when we had to buy that size last year, he was hoping it still had the adjustable waist. I'm like, baby, these are man pants.
It's like, you have to use a belt.
Oh, he hates a belt.
A
Oh
belt
gosh.
or 2 pairs of boxers.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
he should try overalls. Not overalls. Suspenders.
Oh, I was gonna say I know what you're saying. And then
Yeah,
I was gonna say
suspenders.
coveralls, but not.
Like overalls with the one hanging off.
Oh, see,
unbuckled.
and backwards. Oh, see, crisscross.
He should hit that, or he should pull that Sandy 2000 out.
2008. 2008.
2008. So are we ready to go to the next segment, Mr. Pineapples?
He said, "Good look, Jamie."
Do you have the
So I spoke with a friend this recently, and this topic came up, and it's a topic that we put about in the description of the show for tonight, right? And so they sent me this. They sent me this little picture here. It says, "Shout out to the men who still buy flowers, fill up your tank, plan dates, open doors, and compliment you daily." Yeah, I replied back to them, and I said, "I do buy my wife flowers, although she doesn't like them. I don't fill up her tank," and I've heard her say that, but I was like, "Is that really a thing? Like, do a lot of ladies like that?"
Me. That's like my number one. I don't care about no flour. I fill up my freaking tank. I loathe pumping gas. Loathe. And every time I have to pump gas, I record it. I send him an ugly face.
Like this one right here.
Yeah. Oh, I would go to full service and pay so much more extra,
Just to
but they
have
don't
them do
have.
it.
They're non-existent anymore.
Yeah, there's no such thing.
No
No
such
such thing.
String bean dude. Yep.
So I plan dates. I try to open doors, and compliment daily. Now, a lot of these things Dr. Pineapples doesn't really care about. So I think out of all of them, the filling up the tank would probably has the same feeling like you do, Sandy. So that's interesting.
I think like a compliment daily, it kind of almost get like fake. Like every day you're struggling to come up with something. Like you don't look that good in yoga pants, but I'm gonna say, oh, you look good in yoga pants.
Right, exactly.
You're just struggling to come up with sheet.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
So what are you
Alright.
thinking as far as like
Well, so they asked some questions that they were like, I said, "This is some great stuff. Do you mind if I share this on the show, tonight?" And they were like, "No." And I was like, "So give me some input. Let me know what are some questions that I can ask that would kind of get, what are your thoughts and stuff?" Because I'm married, been married for 16 years, and this person's perspective is from a single's perspective. So any of you out there also watching and you're single,
I think
this is
Sean's
some
cussing me.
information for you. Oh, he's saying he's not gonna pump. He's not pumping anyone's gas. That's what he's saying.
that's what he's saying.
Pump your own
So
gas.
here's just a couple. Here's a couple questions. I'm gonna just go one by one kind of thing, but we'll answer each one. Okay.
Okay, I'm
So
ready.
here's the first one, and Sandy, I'm gonna let you answer each one of these first, being the lady, and since this seems
Since I have such an opinion about everything.
So as a single woman, are these things unrealistic for me? For hope for in a partner? Are these things unrealistic for me to hope for in a future partner? I'm a pretty balanced thinker, so within reason, I know that everything has balance, and I'm not expecting everything on this list. But do these things seem unrealistic?
The things that you just said.
Yeah, the little image that I sent.
Okay, put it back up again.
Sure. Shout out to the men who still buy flowers, fill up your tank, plan dates, open doors, and compliment you daily.
Okay. Unrealistic is that compliment you daily. That's unrealistic.
Can you
Like
put it to the side?
that's not even healthy. Like seriously. Like a compliment, like what do you want to compliment? That's too needy. You're just too clingy for me. I can't. Like yes, a genuine compliment like, "Man, that looks really good on you." I mean, every now and then, but every day, F that. I can't do it. I can't. And what was the other one? The
I'm
Plan
putting it up
dates.
so
plan
far.
dates. Yeah, you can plan dates. I mean, yeah, no, that's not unrealistic, is it? No, wait, that's realistic. Wait, is that what was the question? I forgot.
There we go.
What am I saying?
Again, so are these things unrealistic for them to hope for in a partner? Um,
So
Are these
flowers
things?
honestly
Do
are
these
a
things
waste of
seem
money. It's
unrealistic?
beautiful. It's a beautiful sentiment, and I love receiving them, but they're kind of a waste of money because they die. Like,
I remember
I
having
mean,
that same exact conversation with my wife when we were planning our wedding. I nearly flipped my lid when he told me how much the flowers were, and I was like, "But they're gonna die."
You were like,
yeah.
I remember that because you were like, we're leaving, we're done.
I was, yeah, like
You were so
yes,
mad. You're like, what?
I couldn't believe the number of zeros that were on there for flowers. I
Yeah,
was like, I don't even get
no.
to take these with us when we're done with the wedding. Like literally,
Right.
they're only there for, a handful of hours.
So I
So
don't think it's like necessarily like unrealistic. I think it's more like one. It's just I think it's just like a percentage. It's like you're not going to get this 100% every day. I think
right.
it's just silly to kind of think that. I think you're going beyond what is humanly possible before you're just like. I think
You're
women
gonna
would get
get sick
annoyed.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think women would get annoyed by someone who's like buying flowers
Okay,
all the time.
I don't know that. I don't know. I don't
And
know.
maybe I'm more of a tomboy. Maybe then that's my perspective. But I'm like, I do want flowers, but I don't want them
See,
like,
so I buy flowers for Dr. Pineapples,
but
and
I'd rather
she's
have
told me she
chocolate.
doesn't like them, and I tell her I know, but I get them to check all the other ladies in your office so that they know. I'm not gonna let them get showed up and
Yeah,
you not.
ladies, she's taken.
So I'm like, no, I mean the other ladies get flowers from
No,
their
I know,
husbands
I
or who
know.
Right.
don't. So I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna make sure you look good in the flower department at work, and
And that's
I've
all
always
really
told her
okay.
that.
Honestly, realistically, that's all women want them for. And you deliver them to the office, so they'd be like, "Look, he loves me," even if they send them to themselves.
It's a rat race. It's a
Yeah,
rat
And
it
race.
is.
I've told her that, but I also do get Dr. Pineapple's flowers on the side. Like there'll be random times throughout the year where I just see some flowers. I'm like, oh, I'm specifically getting her flowers that day and
See,
bringing them home.
and I would rather a
I like
random
cut them
a
off and I put them
day.
in the middle of the counter, and I'm like, those are for you.
The producer would be like,
What'd you do?
yeah. It's automatically, yeah.
What's
Good
happening?
thing.
Accusation.
Is
Yeah.
there
What do
something
you
wrong?
want?
There we go.
But so, and again with the plan dates, I remember earlier this year. So when I planned for our anniversary, and Dr. Pineapples was like, I really didn't think you were gonna plan anything. COVID, and we were busy during the move and stuff. And but I had planned. I took her out to, one of the fancier places in town that she had really wanted to go to, and I got us a reservation and went, and it was great. It was really great. And I even picked her up at the front door. Like I went out the garage, pulled the car out, came to the front door, rang the doorbell. The girls answer, and I was like, "I'm here to pick up Dr. Pineapples. I have a date with her tonight." And they were like, "Dad, it's your wife." And we're like, "I'm sorry. Do I know you?"
Do I know you?
Do I know you, roommates?
Could you
And
get your
so
roommate
anyway, but
here?
it was a fun night. So yeah, I did that, and I always try to open the doors for her. Compliment daily. I don't know that that's a. I mean, I say thank you. I appreciate what she does. I think she gets compliments, but Dr. Pineapples also is not one for words. She's not a real. She's more the
Actions.
fill up the tank. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that
like
would be.
out of all of this, fill up my dang tank, man. I don't.
Yeah,
I could open my own dang door. I mean,
Right.
and I do like that he plans dates, but also too, you need to plan as a woman. You need to plan dates as well, not just always be constantly expectant of him to be and go open his door. God,
But so
no.
let's think about this. So the question too, the way it was framed was, as a single woman, are these things unrealistic for me for hope for in a partner?
No.
I don't
So
think they're
they're
unrealistic,
not. But
but I
you
do
have
think
to you have to say these are things that I like. You have to be able to communicate what it is that you like, what you have expectations of, you know? And cuz
yes,
you can't just like say that you want all this stuff, but and how the heck does he know?
right. Yeah, and that's exactly what I was about to say. I'm totally in line with you on that, Sandy. I think absolutely. I also think it's really challenging because I believe it was these things were challenging enough for my generation on some level. I don't know how much hope I have for the current generation.
Because women, hear me out and don't come at me, but y'all are all talking about
Don't
y'all.
at me.
Yeah,
Hashtag
don't at
at
me,
me.
bruh. But
Don't
y'all are
at,
all,
yeah.
I'm independent, blah, blah, blah. Then buy your own dang flowers. Fill up your own dang tank. Plan your own dates. Open your own door. Compliment yourself daily. Don't be ugly whenever you do receive these compliments and get flowers and stuff like that. Don't be trying to be all Miss Independent.
Right. Don't get mad because there's somebody that's actually trying to
Yeah.
do some of these things. But
Is
I
that
tell you, you're
real?
not gonna. It's not
Yes.
People get
100%.
mad because they do these things?
Yeah,
Yes.
because they feel like it's a threat to their womanhood, like a threat to
Yes.
our manhood. The threat to womanhood is kind of a big deal now. It's
Ooh.
like
If you're still with us,
it's like
respond to that because I'm interested
yeah.
in what y'all have
It's
to
Look,
say
like
on
look at
that
you don't
part.
Kimberly.
like.
She said,
What?
nah, bruh, I ain't opening your door. Thanks for hopping in here, Kimberly.
Hey, Kim. Long time no see. I was at you provided the stuff for toy for Toy's 50th birthday last month, and I got to eat some of the treats there. So y'all
Oh,
remember
right.
Toy, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Kim.
And
His
Kim's
wife had
Confections,
got.
right?
Yeah, his wife, Toy's wife, hired Kim to provide the treats and stuff at his
Oh,
50th
I bet
party.
they were so good.
They were awesome.
Right.
I
Sorry.
bet they were.
All right, so yeah, I'm interested in that. I'm curious on that, but I think it's okay to have those expectations. In fact, when I mentor campus men eh, from church, like I kind of cover stuff like this with them. I'm like, if there's a sister
Yeah.
that you're liking, you need to do your best to do those things. And if they don't like it, that's different. To me, that's different. If a woman doesn't like those things, that's different than a man being able to do those things, in my opinion.
But see,
Two
right,
separate things.
right here and then communicate and establish it from the get-go. And don't just assume that someone's going to read your mind.
I agree with that. But
Yep.
is it unrealistic to think that so in the beginning of a date, for example, let's just say there's a date that's happening between two people they haven't met before or not met, but this is their first date. Do they talk about that, or does she just think, yeah, he needs to do that? Like, how do you go through that? Like, do you still communicate?
That's part of dating. That's part
Yeah,
of
that's
getting
the
to know
thing,
who
is like-
you are.
And
Like,
how are we supposed to know? We're old.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying, Joe.
Right,
It's like,
exactly.
so in my book, this stuff would be just normal. Yeah, like I would pay for dinner. I would make sure she's walking on the inside of the, away from the street. I would open the doors. I would like to me that's
but the
just
thing
the
is,
normal.
like a lot of men too don't have that example set for them. Whether they have a father or not, sometimes their fathers didn't set that example.
You froze there for a
Did I
second.
cut out?
You had us hanging on your word, and we're like,
Yeah, we're like.
I was stuttering.
so. And I think you're right with that, Sandy. And
Well, and
My
I think
father-
it
my
all
father
depends
wasn't
on
around.
the type of woman that you're going for. Like, if you're going on a blind date, you probably want to be on your best behavior until you find out. But if you're wanting to date someone that you know and they're this type of girl that does these certain things or does not like these certain things, then you might want to fine tune what you do for them, because some of them, again, if you're looking for someone that's an independent woman, she's not going to like some of this stuff, and she's going to be like, dude, just do you, and let's have fun and those types of things. I think some of this is a little kind of old fashioned thinking,
Yeah,
and or not, maybe not
which I
old
like
fashioned,
for
maybe
y'all
not old
watching. I
fashioned,
like that.
maybe
Boomer.
standard kind of standard thinking. But there's, since
You watching, Alex? Do you do these
the
things
woman
for?
revolution and stuff like that, I think it just depends on who you're actually trying to date, and be aware of those things. But this sends for her to post this, though, it sends a signal to potential suitors that this is what she wants, and it's a good way to start the communication process. I don't know how many DMs she got from it, but she posted
Men
it.
will say anything.
Yeah, and just like,
So let's continue on here then. The second thing is, so do you feel like social media has steered dating into more of a hookup culture instead of people settling down?
Yes, I see that. Because you see all these women who are like, he's my world. And then these females have 4 or 5 worlds by the time the year is over. Like what is it? I was like, they're making a galaxy with all these worlds that they have. Why? Because you put out way too soon. That's all there is
it's
to
not just females. I have a buddy that he just posts all the time. He's like in a relationship, and I'm like, this is number 4.
Yes.
It's like, what are you doing?
How many
dude?
loves of your life are you gonna find?
It's like,
Okay.
what are you doing?
So there's a few females that I'm just like, oh my. And then been engaged and then announce it and then like, you're with the who's this
Because whether
dude?
or not you like to admit it, I would say most people on their social media persona is different from the person in real life.
Well, not me.
That's why I said most people.
I just wanted to clear it up.
Yeah, because you and Mr. Pineapples are pretty straightforward with your personas. I guard myself because I have a business that requires kind of social media stuff. But yeah, it's just, I think some people's social media persona is totally different than what they are in real person.
Yeah, some of them
Because
are. I don't know.
I've talked to some people, or they would like give me this whole paragraph about something that they believe in or whatever, and then I talk to them face to face, and they don't say a word. They're in the back of the room doing nothing. So I'm just like,
I don't think social media did this. This is one of those things where it's like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? I don't
post them
think it
until
was
it's
social
permanent.
media.
Amen. Yeah.
Don't post them until it's- I think this is one where social media doesn't help that kind of hookup culture, but I think hookup culture was, I mean, you know what I mean? It's like we could see the road, we could see the direction it's going, kind of like when the vehicle's coming and you don't have to look because you know it's coming and you can cross the street. You know how, you know what I mean? I think in this case, people just were generally going towards that direction.
I
don't
think that
social media helped. I don't think social media helped it, but I think
you think it was always coming no matter what.
yes.
I think filters did this hookup. Some of y'all be looking
Well,
like
so I think the
until you're
hookup
at
culture
Walmart and you're
became more visible
with social
with
media.
social media.
Mhm.
I think there
How
was
so?
always
Explain that more.
so people, because of the multiple relationships statuses that they have, they were, you could tell who was more of the hookup. Where in the past, people didn't really put that stuff out there. They didn't really.
You just didn't have access to putting
You
it
just
out
didn't
there.
have access
Thank
to people.
God.
So, yeah, right, exactly.
I'd have been a fool. Because I'm not even, I've been doing some of the stuff that some of these people do now, and I'm like, cringe.
Right,
Glad I'm 40 and a man now.
No, because I think hookup culture has been around a long time, like since the '60s, free love and all that stuff, and then so it's been.
But the
there.
difference was that was not the norm. I would say that wasn't the norm
Back then.
Yeah.
Wait, so are you thinking that it's the norm now?
I don't know. I don't think so. But man, I've been 16 years in
Right,
one
exactly. It's like
relationship,
we're
so
not the right people to be asking.
we're not. But if you ask, like, if we were to give our opinion on it, my thought is it wasn't the norm until now. When you see that there's movies and if you ask people, like maybe even you two can comment on it. I hear more people who are like, it's important to know that you're sexually compatible with someone before you get married to them. But
But that's
a
what
couple
I've always
generations
said.
ago, that wasn't the thing.
Because, like, why buy the whole cow for such little milk? When you just get a little bit of
Not
No,
sure
why
I'm
or is it
following
why
what
buy
that
the pig
means.
for such little sausage? Maybe that's what it is. It's one of those things.
It's one of
I'm
those things.
confused.
It's one that I heard somewhere on a show, something like that. So it's close by.
I, yeah.
Yeah, but so
Well,
I
I don't
think
know. So I think the importance of that chemistry has gotten higher for certain people, for certain generations, as opposed to where it was about that relationship as a couple was more important than the relations. And now the relations are kind of up there, have gotten moved up higher priority.
so. Here's the weird thing. I feel like the if we're talking, I have to be open because I'm not sure what we're talking about sometimes. When it comes to sexual relationships, just the sexual aspect part of it, it seems like that's it is higher on the list, but it's not as important. It's almost like it's just this side. We just need to make sure to check that box off, if that makes sense.
Wait, not as important to who?
Yeah. What you
To
talking about, Wiz?
today's couples, to
No.
today's generation.
No,
I've
it's
seen it. I've seen in relationship posts. They were like, I really like this guy. He checks off this, this, and this, but in the bed, he's not this. Should I dump him? You're like,
But
what?
that's important, right? And I think it is important. You do have to be sexually compatible as
But
well as
to
all
dump
those other
someone
things.
that matches everything else, but to dump someone for that part of it instead of working it out.
Okay, so if Reddit has taught me anything, there are subreddit for surviving infidelity, dead bedrooms, um, just that whole aspect. There are people out there who, yes, they have relationships with they're in marriages and dating relationship or whatever, and sex is not there, and everything else is, but they're like, that's a big part for me, and you're
Yeah, I mean, I have a
making
girlfriend
me
that's a
give
big
up.
part for her.
yeah.
And I do think just like if money was an issue in the relationship, even though the sex was good, people still would want to bail because their spouse doesn't.
Gotta make that money, man.
Anyway, so I don't. And
It's a good
yeah,
conversation. We need
it
we
is.
need a 20 something in here with us.
Yeah,
Someone that's
and I
actually
made that very
single.
apparent. I was like, all you guys are hearing is three very long married people, but you're gonna hear it. So
Right,
we're gonna give you some.
Because we were once young too
Yeah, but Sandy, when
and
I was
made
young,
horrible
that wasn't my
decisions.
thought though. I didn't think I needed to, you know, hook up with every girl out there kind of situation. Like that wasn't my style. That wasn't me. And I'm not saying
Plead
not
the
everyone.
fifth.
Said he's like,
I'm like,
Sandy's like, I had to hook up with every girl out there.
me too. I know. I was like, me too.
All right, so here's the next question. This okay. Um, Let me ask it in a way that's
Askable.
in one or two. Okay, so think about all the different people that are out there. Okay, so people that are looking for love, right?
looking penub.
If you're in that category, say like the 40-year-old virgin, the fluffy guy, or whatever other adjectives out there that can help describe a person who seems like maybe they don't get into relationships. You're one of those people, and so that person, as well as some of their friends, are usually put in one of two categories: a friend zone, or they're over sexualized. How do you navigate through that? I mean, how do you stay hopeful in dating without overthinking that aspect? So you're in this category.
We're like-
Does that make sense?
we're-
You follow
Break
me
it
here?
down. Break
Break
it
it
down
down.
for me.
Okay,
Pretend
so
like
let's
we're
just say like
single.
I'm a fluffy guy, for example. Okay, I'll put myself out there because I'm good. I'm secure. I'm a fluffy guy, and I'm either put into a friend zone or being over sexualized. How am I supposed to navigate that? Like, I don't want to be friend zoned. I don't want to be over sexualized. I'm genuinely looking for a relationship with someone. How do I stay hopeful when those are the two things that I feel that I'm always put in? So I either have a lot of guy friends, from her perspective, right? She either has a lot of guy friends because she's been friend zoned so much, or she has a bunch of creeps because this, Sandy, you know how they like slide in the DMs and be, whatever. And
They have
so
fetishes.
so they just don't want to be a part of either of those things. They want to be able to find that person who, seriously is looking for a relationship with them. How do you stay hopeful in dating without overthinking that aspect?
That's a good question, Joe. Now to you. I I think that you have to, one, know your worth, know your value, and love yourself enough to know when you're in those situations, when you're going to be friend zoned. I mean, because the clues are there. The clues are there for you being friend zoned. So you have to
Yeah.
be able to pick up on those clues. And
Yeah.
then two,
And just
quit
move on.
answering those DMs. No one healthy is sliding into your DMs. Promise you that.
Yeah. So the question is, though, how do they meet people? It's like, so how do you meet people, and how do you distinguish between the creeps and the friend zones?
Friends.
Well, you don't distinguish because they're all creeps.
It's just like you're all creeps.
All
All
y'all
of you.
creeps.
All y'all. All you.
Have you
All y'all
ever
the
been in or have met a friend who you were like, they ended up being in a relationship that you didn't see coming, and you're like, it works out for them, that's great, but it was one where you're kind of like, I thought that they were not looking for someone like that. Not to say anything bad on any of
Yes,
them, but
that
you're just
happened
like,
to
I
somebody
didn't.
I know. Someone I
Said
know.
you.
Someone I know
Hey,
would
he's almost in
never.
this circle right here, but he's not really.
But he's no, not here. I don't think y'all know him. But anyway, someone I know would never have ended up with the person that he ended up with because he had very specific. He's
Type.
got to be this
A, B,
frame,
C, D,
no
right?
children's, probably virgin. I mean, just different things. And then bam,
It
he
was
went
like
against everything
180,
you
right?
wanted.
It was
Oh,
like
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Girl, you don't know, girl. That's not even who I'm talking about.
But it just
okay.
fits.
So
It fits.
hush.
It fits.
I know who we're talking about too. So
I don't know who y'all are talking about.
and it's so
This is
hard
my
to
friend
not talk
Fawn.
about that person because I am speaking in more definitely broader terms, more broader
That's
terms.
the only friend that comes to mind.
Because that's not the only case it's in.
That's the only case.
Sandy's not helping.
No,
So-
actually, there's two cases.
Okay,
Go ahead.
but there's those places, there's those relationships. Like, what's our advice? What's our insight to help someone who's wondering how can they navigate that world when they're like, I'm not looking for more friends. I'm not looking for more guy or girl friends. I'm not looking to be someone's. I'm not looking for someone to slide in my DMs either. I'm really genuinely
So
looking,
the problem is
but I'm in a category that people see as,
Yeah.
maybe it is not is.
Oh, now
I
he's.
thought it was me. That's why I was like being real
Right?
quiet.
It's like, oh,
That's a good picture. Look at him.
look at that screenshot.
I don't have my phone. Oh no. Where's my phone?
Wait, hold on. I got it. Shift
Oh,
Command
hold
4.
on. I have it. Hold on.
Oh yeah,
Hold on, suckers.
and we'll do this right here, and we'll screen cap
Oh,
him.
that's so good. Look at it.
Booyah! I capped
Yes.
it.
So good.
We got it.
It was intense.
Man, he was all in that conversation too.
I don't know why my internet decides to do that like almost at the same time all the
That
time.
was
Anyway,
awesome.
That was
I
good.
screen capped
so
it. So we got
okay, so based on what you heard, what's your insight for them? Remember, they're a person who's in a category that's not.
So I'm thinking if they're being friend zoned too often, I think that there's something. The only logical constant is them.
There's a common denominator.
It's like, hey, there's something with you that you're doing that's causing you to get friend zoned a lot.
Yeah.
And so if if you're like making these relationships and then you can't go any further than beyond the friend zone, then it's something that you're doing that is scaring people into the friend zone.
Shoot, good answer, Joe freaking Baker. Hell yeah. It's your fault, lady.
It's not hard, and it's hard because you're like, is there something wrong with me? And you don't want to believe that there's something wrong with you. But if you've been friend zoned a lot, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
And you need
So
I would say go to therapy to discover what that is in you.
Or ask people. It's like, hey, hopefully if they're good friends with you, they're like, hey, why didn't we take it to the next level or whatever? And like, dude, You,
So you're saying after the
you,
fact, though?
all you would do is open the door for
Do a
me,
survey.
give me daily compliments,
I'm the survey monkey.
plant
Yeah.
dates. So-
If you would just pump my gas.
So,
exactly.
look, although I have some slight issues with what you're saying, Joe, I do believe that in the end, I think that's a great point, though. Like, I think I would follow. I would hop onto that advice piece wagon too.
Minus
being like,
what?
no, having that conversation, because let's be honest here. And this is my thinking in my world, and you guys know, like Joe, you said earlier, it's pretty upfront with what I'm trying to put out there, kind of stuff or whatever. So I would have to just have those conversations, those tough ones, the difficult ones. Like I probably wouldn't want to hear the answers to some of those things, but at the same time, if I really want to change and I really want to know what's up, then I need to ask that. Like,
And
what is
here's
it?
too. I had to look deep down in my little black soul and see what it was. Because you have to recognize some of the things. I mean, you can put out some toxic vibes. I mean, that's something you have to learn yourself.
Right.
You have to find yourself, and you have to acknowledge that, man, it's not everybody else's character flaws. You have some character flaws yourself.
Right.
So I'm a little weary about the direction that the conversation's going in, because it's close to victim blaming.
No.
And it's like,
It's
I don't know that it's
acknowledging
this
who you
person.
are.
Yeah, because again, if you're being friend zoned like constantly,
Hold on, I thought, for all y'all watching, I thought Sandy was going on this great tangent. And she was
I
about
was
to drop
going
some
to.
knowledge, but she kind of just stopped.
I
I
was
was like,
going to, but I thought you were telling me to shut up so much.
no. Sorry. I was like,
never mind.
I was interested. I was like, okay. But sorry, go ahead, Joe.
No, I'm just saying it's like multiple, like having multiple and being multiple friend zoned is, I think that should be some type of warning sign for you, and be like, okay, I need to sit back and take a good hard look at what I'm doing that's causing this, and then just being able to say, you know what, maybe I've been getting blackout drunk too many times, and people are seeing
hell
that.
no.
All right, so I want to
Okay.
rip. I want to
thinking
rip
that
this open a little bit more. And
No.
get,
younger one.
Let me give you a vulnerable story about
Okay.
myself. Okay. So there I was one time. I was younger, and I was friend zoned, and I didn't realize why. And then as I got older, I looked back on that particular relationship that I really wanted to work on, and it's because I was aggressive. Like I was like the man. No, not like that. But I was like super aggressive, and they did not like aggressive, and so that's why I was friend zoned. But I didn't realize
do
that
you
at
feel
the
like
time.
you're still aggressive right now, though?
Yeah, probably.
You found someone who accepted that aggressiveness.
Yes,
Not just accepted it, but embraced it.
but I also toned down the
Accessories and
aggressiveness.
all.
No, I'm gonna have to ask Eric if I'm aggressive. I don't think I am. I used
Eric,
to
are
be
you watching this right now?
I don't think he is. Hold on, let me text him.
Text him real quick. While you text him,
Okay.
let me get real open about this. Here, let me just paint this possibility up, okay? Let's say that there's someone who feels as though they're not one of the most attractive people on the planet based on interactions that they've had with people before, okay? And they're getting friends though because they feel like, yes, they're not as attractive as some people are. And maybe they feel like they're doing things to work on that, but it's not as easy for them to get to what they feel makes them look like in a better light, for people to be attracted to them.
So let's go back to me saying knowing your value and knowing your worth. That also is part of your self-esteem. What you feel is what you put out. So if you don't feel attractive, is somebody else going to find you attractive? Like you do your best to make whatever it is to feel
What you
attractive.
got.
Like that doesn't mean like work with what you have.
Yeah.
You know?
Feeling that. I'm feeling you on that.
So, I mean, what you put out I think was what you get in return. And if you feel like this guy's going to friend zone you, then that's probably what's going to happen.
Right.
So
And don't be aggressive.
B, No,
I
that goes
knew she
against
was
all
gonna
that
say
cheer. Be aggressive.
that's in
Be
football, though,
aggressive.
Sandy. That's not in relationships. That's in
Okay.
football. Okay.
Eric's not responding. I think he's scared.
Okay. He probably fell asleep. All right.
He's
So
like,
this last
it's a
point that the
trap.
person makes,
Look at what Joanne says.
I would
Joanne says
text
it's
him.
about being attracted to the person.
Yeah.
So
Oh, look, he said aggressive? Question mark. I don't think so. Is that the right answer?
So the answer is yes.
good answer. Eric. Good answer. Good answer.
This is the right
So she says, and I thought this was a great point too. So, a lot of married men are on these dating sites, and that's disturbing and
Yeah.
discouraging to even get married sometimes.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's more, and that disturbs and discourages me to even get married sometimes. I'm like, what's the point? Single, married men, please. Sorry, married men, please leave us single women alone. We don't want you. I think there's some. I think there's some merit to that, right? I see that. And Sandy, I've told you, everyone here, I've said one of my guilty pleasures is reading those stupid surviving infidelity subreddits. I'm a glutton for those. They're sad. They're horrible. They're
But you just can't
gut-wrenching.
say it's just men because it's women too.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. This person
No.
is looking from the perspective of being a woman, but
Right.
you're right. It is all
But it's not,
sexes.
you can't go out into the world expecting that everybody's going to cheat on you either, or that someone's cheating or anything like that. And that's where you learn to be savvy and look at clues. Like if he doesn't talk to you Monday through Friday, or if he talks to you Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and then not in the evenings or on the weekends, there's a flag.
Right.
A lot of women ignore red flags. They're like, oh, and then they make excuses. Oh, he's busy. Oh, he's doing this.
He
Or
only
we're,
talks to me on Snapchat.
yeah, exactly. Or he's gonna get divorced. He's getting a divorce right now, and he's actually not. Quit ignoring red flags. That's the thing too, because men are dumb. They
Yeah,
mess
but
up.
you know what
They
I'll
mess
say
up
in
and
defense,
tell on themselves.
but in defense of the person who doesn't recognize the red flags, they're on an app, and it's not like a person has to tell the truth about them being married or anything, right?
They
And
don't have to tell the truth whether they're on the app or not.
huh?
That's true.
That's they won't. They don't have to tell the truth whether they're on the app or not. You can
Right,
be on a
but
date
that's
and they can
that's
be
what
lying
you
to you.
have. So you're saying that's the cost of doing business, basically.
It's the cost of doing business. You go out and you date and you weed them out.
Yeah, and the problem is there's never going to be a perfect solution where you can just go out there and expect everyone to be 100% true. It doesn't exist. So you can't hold yourself back because of that. So you're just going to automatically just take yourself out of the game. You're going to just take yourself out of the game and just automatically accuse everybody because it's not perfect. It's not a perfect game.
Because you're
So-
living in fear.
Yeah, you're not
You're not
You're just-
living.
yeah, you're just afraid. And so that right there is a problem with you, and that's the reason that you're going to get friend zoned because you're afraid to commit to something.
I don't know about that. So let me tell you.
Again,
So I
knowing your
wrote these
value, knowing
comments
your worth,
about
and your
that here.
self-esteem.
It's what I wrote out from this conversation. It's disrespectful to the singles too, because they're just being used to fill a void in the married person's life, and then will be put away or forgotten about when it's over. Then the single person develops fear, distrust, and a hardened heart to relationships. And so I think that last piece makes sense, because a person who knows the cost of doing business on online dating, or however way you want to say it, right? They're not signing up to get their hearts broken. I think
Okay.
that
She's assuming that she's
though.
going to.
Hold on. No.
But that's
I
you
think
carrying your baggage from that bad relationship onto the new one and friend zone, friend.
But you are, all of us, we are a culmination of the experiences that we have. We create our personality and everything based on those things. When you're traumatized to the point of you're giving your heart, you're vulnerable to someone who you thought you were going to spend some time with, and then you find out they've been cheating you or anything like that. Like if surviving infidelity has taught me anything, it's that it's rough going through those things. And I'm glad that I never had to experience someone telling me that I was like, just, you know what I mean? I was in that scenario where I was with a married woman and didn't even know it. And so I think it's one thing for us to not experience that and say it to people who have experienced it. But I think for us who haven't experienced that, we got to gut check ourselves, guys, and be like, there is some validity to that. No amount of caring for yourself or
No.
checking the red flags or anything can defend us when that happens and realize, oh my gosh, I was the other woman. I didn't know, or the other man.
But it's like that author that didn't, that I interviewed. Like he went through all these things and he never saw any of the red flags.
Not until afterwards, right? He
Me
said he went
reading
back
the book. Yeah, me reading the book, I saw all the red flags while I was reading it. But but that's the thing too. Is like I'm saying, you have to go and put yourself out there, and you can't carry one bad experience onto the next relationship, because if you carry
but we're not built that way. But we're not built that way. Literally, as a human species, biologically speaking, we take those negative events that happen to us, and it shapes us to prepare so that we're not.
All right,
then
so to be friend zone. Okay.
I'm not saying that you want to be in the friend zone, but what I'm saying is we're speaking as though it's easy to just shut that off and be like, just get out there and be. No, it's not that easy.
We didn't say it was easy.
It's never.
I didn't say you did. I said you're making it sound like it is, though.
Right.
Definitely, it does sound that we are making it sound like it is that easy.
I was under the impression that she was just a regular single, not one that had been in that type of relationship before.
Not a serial dater.
Yeah, so I was under the impression that, hey, this is a person that's trying to get into the dating scene but's been friend zoned, not one that's been marred because they thought they were dating somebody that was not married.
Okay.
So,
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, so if that's happened to them, that's gonna be tough. But I was under the assumption that this person was just taking themselves out of the game because they were afraid of what they read, not something that's happened to them personally.
And I'm not sure on that part. They may or may not. We didn't get down into the conversation to see that part, but I see what you're saying there. I think this person, for the sake of the conversation they and I were having, it was about more of the, how do I navigate this field? So not that they were choosing not to, from the way the conversation was going, it sounded like they were making the choice to, but trying to get input on how do I navigate this.
Is there therapy for this sort of thing?
Yeah, absolutely. There's absolutely therapy. And that's interesting to say that, because I was talking with someone who recently, also relationship oriented, they met someone. It frustrates me a little bit, but let me tell you. They wanted so much to have and be in a relationship, and they took the venture out to find someone, to get on a dating app and all that stuff, or get out in the dating scenes, found someone, but the person ended up check marking all their boxes, except they just couldn't feel that emotional connection to them. But they're like, this person would be a great wife, a great mother. They're fun to be with. They liked a lot of everything that I like. They're willing to participate. And I mean, it was everything. But they're like, I'm just not feeling that attraction to them, though. And so then just kind of cut off.
That's good, though.
That's good, because some people become complacent, and then you end up resenting that person. So the fact that they were able to cut that and let it go, I mean, that's great. That's realizing something within yourself.
Okay.
We gotta go. We're a little over. So
just a tinge.
It's just been a fun conversation, though.
Yeah,
we should save it.
This is to be continued.
Let's circle back around. Okay, that was good, huh? With the sound thing.
I can't do that.
I can't either. I need Trey to record. I need Trey to record the little water drop for me, and I'll use his.
Well, recap coming up on a Wednesday, Mr. Pineapples.
Why don't you copy and paste something for us, and I'll talk about that to give you time for that. Yeah, so guys, everyone. Oh, look what Sandy, pull up what Kim's saying.
Let's see here. Miss Kim says, this was good. I think you should have some single people chime in next time. For sure.
I like that idea.
I agree with that. Because, we're out of the game, man. We don't know nothing about nothing.
Yeah. But what makes it interesting, too, is like, I hope I'm teaching my kids some of these things. Like, I know I have daughters, but I'll be honest with you guys. Like, I tell my daughters, like, and you know what? Our kids are being raised in a different world, and I have to watch what I say things. So I'll put things out where I'm like, look, if there's a guy or girl that likes you, they need to be doing this and this and this and this for you, as far as I'm concerned.
Miss Kim, are you single? She said it's a little different out in these single street nowadays. Real interesting. I'm curious. Like, I want to know. Like, I don't want to be single, but I want to know what it's like, girl.
So maybe we will have an episode where we invite like 2 or 3 singles on here, and tell us what their
That would be
dating
cool,
world's
like a round table. That'd be
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
Oh, yep. She likes.
Okay,
yeah.
Miss Kim's coming on.
All
All
right,
right.
you're
Okay.
coming on. Yeah.
okay. So
Okay.
I copied and pasted.
Okay, awesome. So on Wednesday, everyone, check this out. Really excited. I'm really, really excited. We have an exciting guest coming on who is going to talk about generational wealth. If you don't know what that is, it's essentially being able to leave something for your children and your children's children. Money that they can have that you've worked to build up so that your future generations can live comfortably. And so she's going to come in and talk about that. But she has some wild and cool ideas, like how to hire your own children. She's like, everyone should have their own side business, no matter what it is. They should just make a business, and then you hire your children, and then you pay them this much so that you can write it off, and you keep it under this amount so that the kids don't have to file tax. I mean, she knows it all.
Is she on
like that.
TikTok? I've seen that advice on TikTok.
I don't think so. Well, maybe she is. But anyway, she's going to come and talk to us about those things. And it was really cool. She gave me this number. She was talking about someone. She was like, I spoke to this person. They were going to retire at 79. And I was like, ugh. And then she says, but after we did some of our talking and did some wise investments and stuff, they're now going to retire at 59. And she goes, and I'm talking to 20-year-olds right now who will be retiring at 49. I was
Nice.
Like, good Lord, I can't wait to hear you. So,
like, that's not even in Joe's realm of his calendar yet.
I know Joe's probably like a gazillionaire or something like that. He's just hiding it. I mean, as long as he's been around. I mean, he was like, all that oil. He was around when oil was walking around on four legs.
What are you talking about, man? Bitcoin. That's right.
Yeah, right. The oil to his Bitcoin machine.
Guys, if you can show up on Wednesday, I'm gonna get the promo built tonight. Go share it out with everyone, and bring your notepads and bring questions, because she's gonna be able to share some things about not practical usage, but she also has like a webinar and some other classes afterwards. So you'll be able to take some training from her afterwards too. So come back on Wednesday. Esther Raids is her name, and I'll have that promo up later tonight.
Cool.
Okay, and
did you find it?
I have to click everything because I had so many windows open from all the questions and my notes and everything. So,
okay.
Is that what it looks like?
You're one of those guys. It has all the notes.
I saw the picture of when I froze.
Oh yeah. And I love how Bob's looking at you like, what's going on?
Love a text.
Yeah.
Bob. All right, everyone. Well, as usual,
remember to be kind and rewind.
Look for and meet new friends.
You filthy animals.
Booyah. Booyah, kabooyah.
You need practice, Jamie.
Yeah.
Good night.